Okay, as a start, I would like to clarify something. Okay, there is no such thing as a model essay. You can buy all these model essays as a reference. Okay, reference in the sense that you want to learn certain economic concept, you want to learn certain writing style. Okay, by all means go ahead. But if you want to try to buy these books and take a shortcut to memorize, sorry, no way, there is no such thing. Why? Because every essay is unique and different. Okay, every wording is different. Okay, the wording Singapore, okay, and China itself, okay, earlier on in the essay we have actually find out the difference between, we have actually used the example, we have actually used an essay that revolves around China. Okay, for a question that has a slight difference in two words, okay, it could mean very different things. So if you memorize essay in this context, it's impossible to copy and paste the entire essay that you memorize here into here. Okay, maybe the concepts is the same, but the examples used are very different. Okay, so I do not recommend you to buy model essays. Okay, because simply because they are a waste of time and money. Okay, so what you need to do is just to practice the techniques, because the techniques, they are the same throughout. Okay, the 4 steps, they are the same. Okay, and yes, don't bother to memorize, because chances of actual application is close to 0. Okay, maybe you are very lucky, you memorize the correct question, okay, and it came out, for the actual A levels, is going to come out for the it came out the exact same format. Okay, but what are the chances? Okay, I would say it's less than 1%. So would you want to kill so many brain cells just to have such a slight chance? Okay, I wouldn't do that. Okay, so I will be covering more of this portion model essay under the evaluation workshop. So please take note, it will be found in a separate folder. The next tip would be choice of question. Okay, so you need to choose your question wisely. Okay, for H1, okay, it's 2 choose 1. Okay, quite simple. But for H2, it is 6 choose 3. Okay, so for H1, okay, what you need to do is, you have only 2 choice. Okay, you need to eliminate the one that you don't really know. Okay, or you need to choose the one that you are more comfortable with. That's it. Okay, but for H2, you have different problems because you have significantly more choice. Okay, so the answering requirement for H2, you have 6 questions. You need to answer 1 from each section. Section A and Section B. Section A is micro, Section B is macro. And you need to choose the last question from either section. Okay, so what you need to do, H2, please listen out clearly. In A levels, okay, you have 6 questions. 1, 2, 3, section A, section B, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cross out 1. Let's say question 3 you don't know. Question 5 you don't know. Cross out 1 immediately. Okay, so you limit your choice to 4. Easier to choose. And out of these 4, okay, one more thing. Once you cross already, don't look back. Okay, because these choices are eliminated by yourself. Okay, in the sense that you have made this decision already, don't bother looking back and choose to answer these questions anymore, because okay, these questions are obviously not your comfort zone. Okay, so don't attempt this question. Priority to cross out topics are you are not familiar with, or 25 marks question that cannot be clearly separated. Okay, please refer to the answering techniques for 25 marks that I have mentioned earlier. Okay, and now you will have to circle, okay, 1 question each from, let's say, section 1. Okay, this one is okay. Okay, this one is okay. So you have already chosen 2 questions, right? So the last question that you need to choose is it will be from one from section A and one from section B. Okay, so just by this elimination and choosing tips, okay, you actually save yourself a lot of time in answering already. Okay, because you do not need to slowly find out which question suits your pattern. Okay, so go into the exam hall, 6 questions, eliminate 2 first, choose the next 2, and the last one, okay, you have to fight it out. Okay, the last question is normally more difficult because you will be stuck with a dilemma. Normally, the last question is the topic you kind of know, but you are not very certain kind. Okay, so once you choose already, okay, then the other you just cross out already. Okay, then you have 3 questions to stick with. Okay, and try not to spend more than 3 minutes in planning, in selection of question. Okay, because the more time you the more time you use to plan, the more time you use to choose, the less time you have to write. All right. The second last tip is to use abbreviations when you can. Okay, but before you use short form, you need to introduce terms first. Okay, for example, if you want, this is a macro term. Okay, so what happens is if you want to talk about monetary policy, you need to identify monetary policy in the long form, and then you put a abbreviation beside. And from then on, you can keep on using this term, so on and so forth. And this is going to save you significantly a lot of time. Okay, but in no case you should ever start without a proper introduction. For example, no markers will know what is SSP. Okay, although they know, but they're going to mark you down. Okay, because you are being lazy. Alright, you should not assume that the marker know what is SSP. Alright, SSP means supply side policy. Okay, so the correct way is to introduce the full term first, and then by the side put SSP. Okay, denote them as SSP. Then you can go on using this abbreviation. Okay, so the catch is do not be lazy. And the last tip that I have to you is handwriting. Okay, I know all of you are pressured to write fast. Okay, 3 essays, 2 hours and 15 minutes is not a lot. Okay, but in no circumstance, okay, you should write like a doctor. Okay, why? Because if you write like a doctor, like I told you, okay, your markers have a few hundred scripts. Okay, and when they can't understand, they will choose not to understand. And when they choose not to understand, they will mark you down. Okay, so for those that have doctor's handwriting, some quick tips, quick tips to slow down, do proper planning. Okay, why is this so? Because normally when you write like doctor, okay, it could be because you are in a state of panicking. Okay, and when you are panicking, it's because you, number one, you did not plan properly. That's why you don't know how to handle the question, how to have a flow for the question, what are you going to expect for the question. And when you panic, you tend to write faster. Okay, so whenever when you start to panic, okay, that is the time that you have to keep reminding yourself that you have to slow down, make your handwriting legible. Okay, and trust me, having a good handwriting is very important. Okay, once the marker is comfortable reading, they will give you marks. Okay, so between context and handwriting, okay, this one trumps. Okay, of course your context, okay, must be okay lah. Okay, your concepts and analysis must be okay lah. Okay, but if there are 2 candidates of the same quality, handwriting will always win over the context. All right.